5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA. Wait, let's back up. For the Wisconsin DMA. Now, I'm in the relatively south part of the state, and it's minus 24 below outside right now. It's going to get down to like minus 29 tonight, but it's not minus 30. You know, what can you do? My daughter called from Minneapolis, and we get up there. We have meetings regularly, so if you're from Minneapolis, let me know. But I got a lot to cover today, so I better get with it. Okay, so first off, there was a note. LinkedIn has a daily news thing, but LinkedIn doesn't let you make a PDF of their news feed, so I had to go find the story somewhere else. Home prices grew 5.2% annually in November. It's really funny, the loopy way they talk about this. The growth in home prices fell 0.1%. And I wonder what the accuracy of their measurement is, 0.1%. Anyway, so here's the graph. Oops, let's go over here. Here's the graph, nice graph. And so you can see they've been shooting up, and then they came back to earth a little. And this is the growth, okay? This is not the prices. The prices have been going up here lately, and they're still going up. And now they went down a little bit. Okay, but these are such teensy-weensy measurements. Okay, so I'm still happy, and I still think my home has value. Okay, but it's not like, we sold my mom's house right here, right in here, right before the prices all went up. So I just want you to know that, the way news goes, it takes a filter almost to understand it. So I'm your filter. Have a nice day. Okay, Apple had a pretty lousy fourth quarter. And their market cap is now below the historic 1 trillion mark, which I think is probably healthy because, I can't make sense out of those tablets. But I thought because the Super Bowl is coming up and because the most memorable Super Bowl ad ever for me was this one, I thought we would give it a play and you can remember it. Okay, so here we go. And I can start in about 20 seconds. I know that because that's when it starts to make sense. So remember this Super Bowl ad and enjoy the Super Bowl today.
Secure from the pests of a contradictory reports. Unification of the laws is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
And what was interesting to me on that was I forgot most of it. I went back, lovely that the internet can recapture my memories. But I didn't remember that that person was a woman. I didn't remember that she was in color. I didn't remember most of it when I go back there. And, you could take that video as the end of the male patriarchy. You could take a lot of social justice warriors would really get into that. But I mean, they should resurrect that. That is a really great. What are they talking about? What is a Macintosh? We didn't even know what a Macintosh was. It was a kind of apple, like a Gala or a Honeycrisp. It was a kind of apple. So they put that up there on the Super Bowl, and everybody went, huh? And I remember it. And well, look, I've got some other really, really memorable Super Bowl ads queued up for the next couple days. And maybe we'll do a best of on the back end. But I don't like to give it too much play because it's kind of a silly game and the whole thing makes no sense. But anyway, so don't count Apple down and out. But here's Nike. We want to talk about Nike, okay? Nike rage, thousands of Muslims rage over Nike shoe logo that resembles Allah. Okay, now this story is from yesterday, right? This story is from yesterday, and it turns out that there's a a petition, an online petition going around. Oops, sorry. Oh, wait. I got to get over to here. There we go. Otherwise, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, so this story is from yesterday, okay? And January 29th. And it's a big story. And here you kind of get the genesis of it. It's called the Max Air, and this is a this is I think inside or on the sole of the shoe, but on the back of the shoe they've got this what looks to me like fire, but anyway, it's supposed to be a representation of the Air Max, and in like fire. And here is the word Allah in Arabic. Now, a couple of things you got to understand. One is that Arabic is like a cursive script. It's not, like Helvetica. It's just not like that. And the fact that they even set type in it is a little iffy for really, really devout and historical Muslims, because they view the script itself as sacred. Okay, the way that Arabic is written is considered sacred. Now it may sound crazy, but I spent a lot of my life as an evangelical, and there are evangelicals who look into the shapes of the Hebrew language and have the same kind of idea. So this is not a radical idea that the script itself is that script, some kind of script is let's say divine. But anyway, but here's the part of the story. So 10,000 Muslims were offended by the Nike logo. They signed an online petition demanding a recall of the shoe. Now, what you won't find in today's story, this is the really interesting part to me, is I went to a Muslim blog to check this out. And this guy has the same picture, and it says it's making the rounds. Apparently, it's making the rounds as an email, where you should, as a devout Muslim, you should be signing the petition, okay? So he says Muslims have become too techie, and he doesn't see it in there, but he wrote to Nike back in 2008, okay, about this or something similar, and they had this story about, unbeknown to Nike, the script on the shoe could resemble the word Allah, written in Arabic style script. This is an issue we take very seriously. The product went on sale in 1996. Because we were aware of this and apologized to the Islamic community. I'm not even sure that logo is still on there, but we don't mean to offend anybody. So then he goes back, and there was a statement that was put out in 1997. Okay, so that's 20 plus years ago, right? And the same story has been floating around, and it's so funny, and it lists the whole thing. It's so funny how these things, they diverted 30,000 pairs from Muslim countries. Nike has discontinued all models with the offending logo. But so you're a marketing person and you don't know, you didn't realize this. Look at the initial controversy was in 1996 and resolved in 1997. Then in 2008, which this story is from, I guess, do we still have Muslims circulating this non-issue? It boils down to the same question. Now this is the really sound part that I like. Why would a multinational corporation like Nike with multi-million-dollar interest in the Middle East purposely offend Muslims? Here's like the simple, why doesn't anyone ask this question? That's why I love to watch Scott Adams, because he asks these kinds of questions. Why would they wouldn't, okay? Come on, people, move on. And just this week, it's got back in the news, so it's going to get even more play. Be sociable. Share this message. But, you know, I'm just looking at it from a marketing standpoint and saying, you know, here you are marketing your shoe, and all of a sudden half the world gets mad at you for it. And it has nothing to do with this shoe. It's some artwork. You know, and then they're in the comments below, they're saying, well, technically, the Muslim or the Arabic script shouldn't be on clothing. And then somebody else said, well, I get calls from non-Muslim artists wanting to put Muslim script on clothing. You know, and do we want it or don't we? And, you know, this is the way the world is. So just calm down. You know, I'm not telling you to be unreligious. I'm just saying most of the time people are not trying to offend you. So chill. I'm John Miglosh for the WDMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Keep warm. I shouldn't say chill. It's a bad day to say chill. Keep warm and